Hello, in this video we will discuss about the overview of immune response. So the immunology we will discuss here. So let's begin to understand from the beginning. The immune system has evolved to protect the host from a universe of pathogenic microbes that are themselves constantly evolving. So the evolutionary process will adopt and change their variations of the pathogen for infection to the host. So that is why our bodies also adapt and evolve throughout the life for combating with a pathogen. So it is known as the immune system in our body. For example, the different type of immune system. So here is the person which that is contains skin. Here is the inside is the thymus gland, which that is very important for the immune system, and the lymphatic duct, lymphatic system, lymph node, which that is also part of the thymus gland, which that is the lymphatic system. And on the other hand, here let's begin to understand in the skin, which that is known as the barrier immunity, which that is protect and protect against the pathogen for invading. While here is the innate immunity means the innate means the during the birth will produce and non-specific, while here is the adaptive immune system is the production of antibody from the B cell and T cell activation for the long life. Immunity is known as the specific immunity for the specific pathogen. So here the allergic substance can be stimulate the immune cells and toxins, bacteria, virus, and damaged cell. There are many things which can stimulate the immune system for the combating and fight against this substance. And damaged cell is also produce the inflammatory mediators and internal infection. For example, the cancer cell can be killed through a T cell. So here is the general feature of innate immune system. First we will discuss so the innate immune system, and we will also understand about the innate immune system which compose the adaptive immune system. So here is the physical barrier we will discuss first. So this physical barrier can be skin or digestive tract, epithelium, or some other surface which that is protected by the mucous membrane is here, and also the biological fluid. So here is the tight junction of the cell, epithelial cell will not allow to move into the blood circulatory system of the microbiomes. So the microbiota are present in the digestive tract and skin. So here the biological fluid can be protein, defensin, phycolins, and cytokines and chemokines. This and lipid mediator of inflammation. These things will protect against the pathogen, against the antigen. So here is the mucous membrane, which that is also part of the gastrointestinal tract, urinogenital tract, respiratory tract, epithelial cilia. So on the other hand, here is the chemokine, which that is basically produce and attracts the inflammatory leukocytes. So the leukocyte will be recruited, and that is due to the free radical lipid mediators of inflammation will recruitment through these leukocytes, and leukocytes will recruit and fight against the infection. So here is the basically the inflammatory mediators. These are known as the inflammatory mediators. While here let's begin to understand about the adaptive immune system. So first of all, I want to say that the innate immune system first we will discuss. Previous was the physical barrier, while here is the innate. Innate means during the birth. So the neutrophils, monocytes will proliferate into the macrophage, and eosinophils, basophil, mast cell, and platelets, as well as natural killer cell, which that is I am not drawing here. So here the interferon, tumor necrotic factor, and interleukin and chemokines will produce from the neutrophils due to the infection site. Enzyme kill the phagocytose this from the neutrophil, and the neutrophil is very important for the neutralizing of the opsonized pathogen we will discuss later. So here is on the other hand the macrophage, which that is used for the endocytosis and produce the inflammatory mediators, tumor necrotic factor, interleukin 12, interferon gamma, as well as the interleukin 6, and several phenotype of macrophage can be. Here is the platelets, which that is also immunological significance, mediators that expand their uh, uh, repro- repertoire beyond their role in homeostasis. So it is also important for the infection prevention. So on the other hand, here is the adaptive immune system we will discuss. Adaptive means it is itself produced during the pathogen attack. So this can be B cell, plasma cell, and T cell, which that is involved for it. So let's begin to understand with detail. So here is we will understand about the innate immune system. So the innate immune system by the basically is the antigen representing cell. First we will discuss about the innate immune system. So the antigen representing cell can be Langerhans cell in skin, Kupffer cell in liver, microglial cell in nervous system, and dendritic cell is the major. Which that dendritic cell produce the interferon, which and interleukin, which that is the antiviral host defense autoimmune. So here is on the other hand, this is the Kupffer cell in liver, which that is used for the recruitment of the B cell and T cell for the adaptive immune system, and adaptive immune response will be occur, and the B memory cell, which that produce the antibodies throughout the life. So on the other hand, the Langerhans cells in the skin, which that is the antigen presenting cell, antigen presenting function, which that represent the part of the antigen, and to the T cell, naive T cell. After the recognition, the naive T cell will convert into the T regulatory cell, CD8 cell, and CD4 cell. CD8 and CD4 cell. T regulatory cell will regulate the infection itself of the tissue, and it can be regulated. On the other hand, here is the recognition through antigen presenting cell through a major histocompatibility complex MHC1 and MHC2. And MHC1 is recognized CD8 T cell cytotoxic, and MHC class 2 is used for the T regulatory cell. So here is the three type of cell of the lymphocyte T cell will produce the T regulatory cell, CD8 and CD4. This CD4 basically is stimulate the B cell, and this B cell will stimulate and basically to proliferate and produce plasma cell, quick antibody production on the time of infection, while the B memory cell, which that is later on throughout the life will be antibodies produced. So this is a plasma cell and B memory cell. So this is after the recognition through a T cell, T helper cell, or CD4 containing molecule cell. So on the other hand, here you can see this is the T regulatory cell will control the CD4 by the infection itself. For example, the autoimmune disorder. On the other hand, here is the T cell, which that is proliferation in the thymus gland. Into the thymus gland, where T cell will proliferate and educate by the T regulatory cell to CD8 and CD4 proliferation, a different proliferation. So here is the mast cell, which that is directly allergic reaction will respond through allergic reaction, while here is the pathogenicity are present in the tissue of the host tissue. So the dendritic cell are present in the form of Langerhans cell or others which contain toll-like receptor. And toll-like receptor will recognize the antigen and produce the interleukin 1, interleukin 2, and recruitment of the macrophage for the engulfing of the pathogen through innate immune system. While here the dendritic cell is also stimulate the adaptive immune system via a MSC class 1 molecule and T cell receptor and the T cell here, as the CD8 positive and CD4 positive cell proliferation formation. So here you can see this is the basic function. While on the other hand, the here is the CD4 is the T helper cell will produce the interleukin 1, 2, 3 interferon, gamma, tumor necrotic factor kappa B, and chemokine. This chemokine basically is the recruitment, and in this way it is used for the recruitment of the macrophage and the neutrophil and B memory cell, B cells, and the basic recruitment. On the other hand, the CD4, which that is recognized after the infected cell, and after this infected cell, the T cell receptor and MSC class 1 also recruit the natural naive B cell. This naive B cell is recruitment through an inflammatory response through CD4 cell, T helper cell, and in this way, the naive B cell will proliferate, and after the proliferation, to produce the plasma cell and B memory cell. This plasma cell is opsonize the antigen. After the opsonization, the neutrophil recruit and endocytosis or pinocytosis, and in this way the macrophage will be engulf the neutrophil, and in this way the neutrophil will be neutralized and macrophage will neutralize it. And in this way you can understand as well that is the simple mechanism for the opsonization. And on the other hand, the plasma cell will be produce antibodies quick time on the time of infection, and antibody will be bind to opsonize and to become a tasty and the engulfing through a neutrophils, and neutrophil will be engulfed by the macrophage. Macrophage is the bigger cell like a amoebic cell. So here on the other hand, the MSC class 1 molecule which that are present, and inflammation of the infected cell, and cytokine and chemokine and interferon gamma will produce, and in this way the recruitment of the CD8 which that is the cytotoxic cell, cytotoxic T cell, produce grain enzyme after the recognition of the antigen, and MSC class 1 molecule which bind with the T cell receptor, and on the other hand is the choice on the basis of required antibody and grain enzyme and perforin produced to kill. So the natural killer cell is not help any for the killing. So in this way the natural killer cell also kill directly. So on the other hand, here the thymus gland is used for the education of T cell for the regulation. So thanks for watching. Please make sure to subscribe.